How do you trust what you see and hear when you are manifesting? So, hello, hi, I'm Sherry Hemstreet, and I have helped over 3,400 people to manifest their desires, use mindset to create the life they want, and to live their dreams in their reality right now. So, Kathy writes in and she says, how do I trust what I feel or hear? So, when we are manifesting, I really have two ways of manifesting only that I teach. One is intuitive manifesting, and then the second is your personal manifesting formula. Now, with intuitive manifesting, like any other intuitive ability, you have to learn to work with it and tap into it. So, trusting that you are hearing or feeling what you are hearing or feeling and making that the right decision is going to come down to acting on it. It's just a matter of like acting on your intuition, acting on the feelings coming through, taking the inspired action and following the intuition there. And that's a matter of trust, right? So like you're going to find out through action, and you're going to find out through the results of what you are doing. Now, that's where people get scared and they don't want to take action. But when you are manifesting or when you are working intuitively, like anything else, this is a practice that you have to build, right? So I can't just go to the gym once and go, okay, I got it. That was it. This is a practice of taking action on your intuition. Tracking this, writing this down, and then taking the action and seeing how the results turned out. Things are going to either move you closer or further away. So the thing that happens is people get caught up in their ego, and that's when they're like, I don't know if this is me or this is my ego. Through practice of acknowledging either one, you're going to start to learn which one is which, and you're going to start to understand that intuitive nudge, the way that you feel it, the way that you hear it, the way that you experience it, is entirely different than your ego. And to piggyback on that and say something that I'm sure everyone has heard ad nauseum is the intuitive hits are going to be quiet. Sometimes they will make sense and sometimes they won't. The ego is always going to tell you that's not going to make sense. It's always going to keep you in the same space. So the most simplistic way of determining whether something is your ego or your intuition, which one is going to move the needle? And try them both, right? So that way you can determine. So in other words, if you're hearing like, okay, so I want to manifest six figures. That's what everyone's currently working on. I want to manifest six figures. My ego would say, maybe you can't manifest six figures, or you have to work twice as hard since you're only making, we'll just say you're making 50,000. So your ego would say you have to work twice as hard to manifest six figures. Well, it's very simple. You just put that up against the basis of truth. Is it true that I have to work twice as hard to make six figures? Lots of people work less than I do and make six figures. So probably no. So we could determine that that's the ego. Now your intuition is like, maybe you start selling your crochet designs and you make six figures. And you can't, it makes like, how could I even make six figures? But there is the possibility there. The difference is possibility versus one is going to be expansive and one is going to shut you down and feel difficult. Your intuition is always going to be expansive, and your ego is always going to want to keep you in the same space. So in this time, or in this way, I would say get to know and examine what it is you're being given, but take action, right? So what can you take action on? Well, in the example I just gave you, you can take action on, I don't know that you have crochet things, and that was just an example, but you can take action on putting out your crochet designs, right? And seeing if that would make sense. That would be expansive. And then when you get to the ego said you'd have to work twice as hard. Well, could you even work twice as hard? How would you do that? How would you work twice as hard to make six figures? And you'd probably have to give up all your free time and work 16 hours a day or something, which would be impossible, especially if you have a family. So like that would not be expansive. So you simply can look even at intuition through the lens of logic and hold it against the light of truth and get your answer. People love to complicate this because they're afraid to get into action is the real thing that's going on here. And action is the blockbuster. Action is what is the breakthrough. Taking action is what's going to get you out of there and get you where you want to be. I hope this helps. Let me know.